Hello everyone and welcome back to Terraria. If my voice sounds a little off, it's because it's early in the morning and this is my morning voice. Yay, I have some coffee, which also doesn't help. I did say I was going to convert the entire cave thing that I've started into a house, but in the end I decided against using stone from my other world. So I just mined out this patch down here and this larger patch down here, and I had enough stone to build this, and I have some left over. 99 grey bricks and 65 grey brick walls. This looks a bit boring at the moment, but I will later on get access to better resources and more interesting blocks, and I can just tear this all down and build it anew in a nicer way. I've also done some crafting off camera. I built a sawmill and a loom at the sawmill, and then at the loom I made some silk from the cobwebs I gathered last time, and from the silk and some wood at the sawmill I made a bed. The advantage of a bed, I can right click it, in this case to remove my spawn point or to set my spawn point. Which means now if I die I will spawn at this bed instead of somewhere out in the open where I am going to be attackable. And again, zombie proof doors. It seems like even in expert mode they can't get in. I think I also made this lead hammer, which you need hammers to remove background wall things. I should probably mention, in case someone doesn't know the game, that there is a housing system for NPCs. In our current situation we only have one NPC, which is this guy. He's called the Guide. Well, he's called Wyatt, but he is the Guide as his profession, I guess. It's who he is. Anyway, if you build a house or a room for them, they will move in. And a room basically means it needs to be enclosed by either blocks or doors or platforms, like these platforms. So what I have right here does count as a room for NPCs. It needs to have a few light sources in it, I believe, and a flat surface, which this workbench counts as, and a comfort item, which I believe the bed counts as. So this is suitable housing, which means the Guide has now moved into this house, or into this room. And that means he's no longer wandering around the wild. He's trying to live in here, but apparently his pathfinding is not quite there yet. There are a lot of NPCs in this game, up to 20 or so, maybe even a bit more, maybe 25 or so, and they all have different conditions on when you can actually find them. Okay, I should really let this guy come to me so I don't run into him. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I also changed my pet out for a cursed sapling. I might just do that periodically whenever I feel like it. Go into my other world, get myself a new pet. I know it's kind of cheaty, but I will allow myself that much. Again, I did not get any of the stone from my other world. I thought I was going to, but then in the end I did decide against it. I don't know. It's not necessarily cheaty, it's just, it's convenient, but I feel it's slightly more legit if I really only use resources that I actually got from this world when building this world. Okay, you should always try to make sure that you have a way back out when you dig down anywhere. And I should probably replace that with the rope. Good. And now I can use this rope to get up and down. I wonder if that zombie is going to be smart enough to find me. He was. He just wasn't smart enough to stay away from me. This project has actually received a lot of feedback, which is unusual. I'm not going to complain, but I had not expected this kind of, I guess, attention. Oh, there's a torch in the way. Well, that doesn't help. I found these ropes. I didn't make them, by the way. You keep finding them when you break pots and stuff. They're not rare at all. So you can use those to get up and down quite easily. And as you can see, you can just click on an established rope with more rope and it kind of lengthens it. So you can let it down pretty much any distance, I believe. As long as you still have rope to use. I think I want to go over there. There's a bit of tin. And I still haven't got any armor, so maybe tin might be a good block to use. And I also need some torches. That's the reason it's kind of useful to kill a lot of gels early on. You do get a bunch of gel, and you do need torches in the beginning. Later on, not so much, because eventually you will get pets that basically provide light for you. But right now, the only pets I have are purely, entirely, and 100% cosmetic, as I said. I'm not cheating or anything like that. I do like the pets. I mean, this one's kind of funny. It's not so much cute, but the dinosaur is actually kind of cute. And there's more of them, but some are kind of difficult to get, or at least a bit tedious. So I thought this is something that I can use from my other world without it being in any way cheaty. Hold on. No! Okay. I mean, I can kill it. It's a bit dangerous. And here we have I don't know when they added this, but if water is in a certain configuration, I'll speak more detailed about that at a later point, but basically you can get infinite water from a single water source. That is possible, but also you can have it look like actually an infinite spring from a single water source. Basically, if instead of being confined by a full block like this is a full block, I could hammer this into a half block, like so. Let me just hammer those. And now the water will keep flowing indefinitely, but it's just kind of, it looks like water, obviously, but this will not flush torches away, it won't actually make me drown, it's just for looks. So that's how that works. And if I hammer it back into a full height block, it stops. Kind of have to sneeze. I'll try to suppress it. And I don't really know when they added that, but I don't know, just again it makes it look a little nicer. Not that looks really matter that much with a sandbox game of this description. I mean, people don't get angry at Minecraft for its bad graphics, or at least I don't. I know there are people who do, but... Okay. I am quite glad I found this this weapon. It does make it a lot easier. Oh, and there's a chest to my right. You can just about see it down there. Yeah. As I also mentioned, I think, surprisingly, a lot of interest in this project has cropped up, which is really nice. Glad to see so many people are enjoying it. So, yeah, I will definitely keep doing it. I do love this game. I don't know how regular I'll be able to make the episodes. I've always tried to make one video a day, but that's just not going to happen these days. Basically, if there's no video for a day or two, that doesn't mean I've stopped caring or I don't like it anymore or anything like that. I'm just busy, real life stuff. That might get better at some point or it might not. No promises. But yeah, that's a mother slime. They are fairly rough. I'll try to tackle it later. Well, once I've looted this. Okay. That's a bit sad. It's an extractinator. It's kind of nice to have, but... I don't really have a use for it yet. Okay, apparently, wow. Okay, somehow I could get out now. First I thought my jumps were... You see, my jumps aren't high enough, it's just because I attacked someone. I think I got a bit of a damage boost or something. That's not good. I want to get out of here. Well, I want to be able to anyway. Okay, that should work. Yep. I cannot wait to have movement enhancing items. There's double jumps, which are really nice. There's, well, there's also triple jumps and quadruple jumps, but double jumps would be nice. There's items which just increase your jumping height, which are nice. And whoa. Something poisoned me. I don't know what it was. And I died from the poison. That's kind of annoying. But yeah. It's expert mode, of course I will die a lot. At least there's no more. I think I died to a trap actually that I didn't see. We'll have to look around, see if we can find it on our way back. Anyway. Did get a new gold chest, that's nice. Oh wait, can't place these into myself. Sometimes the only thing holding you back is yourself. And the guide has moved around a bit. I think they wander around a bit close to their homes. So basically, he's not safe yet. He can be attacked by monsters and he could very well die from that, but... What can you do? Oh, some more lead ore. I don't think that's enough to really make any armor sets out of it, so... Let's just keep that handy. I'm trying to keep my inventory a little clear this time. Oh, copper chandelier, let's place that just for fun. Now the extractinator. It's a placeable object. Can't place it there, I think the torch is in the way, technically. Oh, and I can probably put the amethyst away. Let's just put that in here with all the other ores and such, and my pets. There's actually 3 types of block that you can use with an extractinator. There's silt, which you can find in standard biomes, I believe. It's kind of common, but I don't think we've come across too much of it yet. There's slush, which you can find that in icy biomes. And there's ancient fossils, which you can find in desert biomes, underground, but you actually need some more advanced picks to mine it. Picks, not pigs. Picks. Okay. So I couldn't actually get that at this point. I think this is actually lead ore, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, and here you see, if you let actual water actually flow, it will rip out torches, so something to keep in mind. But torches aren't that hard to come by, really. Anyway. I was saying about, yeah, silt and slush and the fossils. And you can place those, well, you can just click on an extractinator while holding one of those items. And it will... Oh. Yeah, if sand falls on you, just like in Minecraft, or any gravity block falls on you, it will deal damage. So, again, something to be careful about. I think the water level rose, didn't... Oh, yes, of course it did. I did drain a lake up there. So let's open this up. Put up some light, and yeah, I think there's a pressure plate either here or there. One of those two things is a pressure plate. And the jellyfish just kind of gave us a bit of a light source that allowed us to see. And these traps, you can see them in advance sometimes, but yeah, they actually are quite well hidden. And that, by the way, that's silt, this block here. Anyway, you can place those into an extractinator basically, and you get just some random reward from it. Oh dear, granite elemental. I don't think that's good news. It is good news because it's a nice building block you get from them, but I'm wondering if it will come up and attack me. I do not want to go in the water and fight it. It also means there's a granite biome close by, which you do get nice loot from it, or rather nice items, but it also contains some enemies that I suspect are a little tough for this moment. Oh, did some animal just... Oh, the granite elemental might have triggered the pressure plate. That's interesting. Okay, that's not dead. It just kind of hibernates or goes into a defensive state at, I don't know, occasionally, like this. And you can't damage it for a while. Oh dear. Okay, that does a lot of damage when it touches me. Huh. Killing them does give you granite though, which is nice. I'm hoping I'll be able to at least show you the granite biome. They do look nice. Reason I'm digging down here is because I'm trying to get the water to drain. Okay, that'll be sufficient. And then let's just dig through to the right. I do not have anything that would allow me to really do underwater caving at this point. Oh, and look at this slime. It's got something in it. That might be some kind of ore. I can't tell. It is... I think it's an ore. So I'll just wait here and let it die. And if you kill a slime that's got something in it, you get what's in it after you kill it. That was 11 tungsten ore. I believe you can even get ores that aren't naturally spawning in the world. So there is that. Oh, and look, a boulder trap. Eventually we'll be able to see the actual wire connection, so I'll just leave that there. Yeah, I keep interrupting myself, I'm sorry about that. Extractinator. You place a silt, slush, or ancient fossil item into it, and you get a random reward. It could be an ore, any kind of ore, well, any pre-hard mode one, so that would be up to silver and, no, gold and platinum, those are the ones. And alternatively, you could get a bit of gold, well, you can actually end up getting a lot of gold, even if you're lucky. Okay, so if I play it safe, it's quite easy to play with these claws. If I play it more riskily, I suspect there's a bit more of a chance that I'll just die horribly. But I think this might have actually been worth it. So let's put down some platforms. Darn, I missed it. Whew. Luckily I did not die from that boulder. Okay, and cobwebs, yay. So that's a boulder trap after it's triggered. And there's some rubies up there. And more granite elementals. That's a granite biome right there. Right below me. You could just see it when my pet was flying by. The pet does provide some kind of light, but I believe that's just when it flies around, so I can't really control it. It's not a proper light pet. There are pets that will actually... They're distinct and different from the pets I've used so far, and they will actually follow you around as a kind of floating light source. They're very handy, actually. But I'm not going to use those because they actually affect gameplay in a positive way. So I'm going to use them when I find them myself. I'm not going to get them from my other world, is what I meant to say. But this guy here, he will only fly around basically when he gets too far away from me, and he will kind of allow me a little bit of an insight, but I will use it anyway. Okay, we're using a platform here. I am using a platform so I can get back down. And I do want this tin. and I want some light so you can see. Sometimes fast mining is not helpful, sometimes it is helpful. I find it gets better as you get better picks. So I have upgraded to a silver pick. I think I did that on screen actually. But I could obviously have a lot better stuff. And the ruby is actually nice. I believe if I get enough rubies, I could make a magic staff. And I'm not going to be limiting myself to any one style of play in this. So I'm not going to, for example, use only melee weapons or only ranged stuff. I will use whatever I find and whatever I find convenient and easy at the time. I think that's good, because firstly it means I don't make it harder on myself. This is expert mode, it is more difficult already, and if I then also limit my equipment choices, that would make it even harder. And secondly, it means that my audience will get to see a variety of gameplay, and not just, for example, melee. And this game has a huge variety of different weapons and playstyles that go with them, so there's a ton of variety. You're not limited to the usual, I guess, the sort of common RPG kind of weapons. There really is a lot of variety. I haven't got a yo-yo yet. I could actually craft one. I might do that. But yo-yos are just one example of the kinds of weapons you can get. Early on, I guess it's a little boring and somewhat limited, where basically each level of ore that we've got access to so far, it basically allows us to make a hammer and an axe, a pickaxe, a sword, a different kind of sword, a bow. It's all kind of very predictable. But quite soon we will reach a point where that really isn't the case anymore. Well, quite soon. Might be stretching it a bit. Eventually, once you get into hard mode, you will really find a huge variety of weapons. So things like the claw I found, which is, I guess it's a special weapon. These weapons, which come from item drops and such, they become a lot more common, I guess. So instead of just, you know, farming, using my silver pickaxe to farm the next tier of ore, and then using that to farm the next tier again, which, I don't know, it's kind of something that Starbound suffered from, in my mind. Once I reach hard mode, I will probably be able, well, I will go around and farm and be able to find some interesting new equipment as monster drops. So I'm not just going to, I don't know, I guess use this pickaxe to make, or use whatever pickaxe I have to mine cobalt, and then make a cobalt pickaxe to mine whatever I get. Wow. Okay. I should put away my money more often, but anyway. At this early point, I don't really need money. Yeah, there's different kinds of events where you can get different weapons, and you can get different weapons from chests, and a lot of weapons have a really unique feel to them. So there's the yo-yos. As I say, I really like the yo-yos. They're kind of an interesting twist on, you know, normal weapons. I mean, a few games have used yo-yos as weapons, but it's not exactly common. But then you get weapons that fire rainbows, or homing missiles, or you get magic weapons that fire the strangest kinds of projectiles, or the melee weapons are quite varied in that they swing differently and have different speeds or different ranges, and some of them fire projectiles as well, and it's really quite interesting. I do hope I will be able to show you a lot of that, which is one of the reasons, as I said, I'm choosing not to limit myself. So I'm not saying I'm playing a pure, I don't know, mage, which can be interesting and fun. So I'm not trying to hate on those that do that, but I find it's more interesting to be able to, I don't know, show a little variety. Okay, I have a bunch of ores now, and I still have a little bit of time. I will actually craft those up. I have the chest open, so I should be able to just craft all the bars. And tungsten, as I think I said, is not an ore native to this world. I think tungsten is on the same level as silver. So this world has silver in it, but I found the tungsten from killing that slime. That gel. Should also be able to make tin and lead bars. Go down. Nice. Okay, I have 42 tin now. That might actually be enough to make 2 armor pieces. 25 and 15, that would be 40, so I need 20 more bars. 18 more bars to make the full set, okay. But I will actually make the chainmail and the helmet. We look a bit silly now, but these provide actual defense. We now have 4 points of defense. The way it works, any hit I take gets reduced by 75% of my defense. I don't know how that stacks with other defense, but basically right now that means I have 3 points of damage reduction from my armor. Which is nice. Yeah, I think I want to try and go down and get my stuff and then try to make a way back up. Okay, that zombie is going to kill me. Wow, just about didn't, and I can heal. This is the default key binding. If you press the H key, your character will automatically use a healing potion from its inventory. I have 4 standard healing potions and 21 lesser healing potions. I don't know how smart it is about which one it uses. It did just now use the one that actually did waste a little bit, but the lesser healing potion would not have healed me to full. So I think that's how the priority works. And there's some lead there, which my pet has conveniently shown me. I might change around. If you think this is cheaty, let me know. I kind of get some information that I wouldn't otherwise have by using this pet, but again, I mostly chose it for the aesthetics. And having some helpful information is kind of nice. And I do need tin to complete my armor set. Most armor sets, if you wear the entire set, you will get a set bonus. There are a few exceptions, but mostly you get a bonus. Again, this is early game, so the bonuses are all kind of bland. Don't let that fool you. I think right now, if I finish the tin set, I will get a defense bonus, for example. Again, oh, there's a water chest there. I really want that. I am going to risk my life to try and get that. I don't really care about the money that I dropped, actually. Later on, I will be able to build farms that just generate money by themselves. And I will not hesitate to do that. It's not, to my mind, it's not cheaty to use a farm if you build it yourself. I guess it would be kind of cheaty if I just went into my other world and used the farm that I had there. But if I built the farm using materials I actually got in this world, I don't think... Oh, that's so good. I hope we can get that jellyfish off our back. That's a very nice bit of loot there. I'm going to keep this in and show it. Kind of at the point where I would end the episode usually, but... Okay, I'm going to drown this lake a little bit. And hope I can kill the jellyfish. Oh, he should be fine. He's actually... Yeah, he's not going to be able to move once he's on land. I don't think he kind of suffocates. Even though he's a water sea creature. But... Okay, can I hit him? I can. It's nice. Okay, very nice. And this right here is a life crystal. And when we consume a life crystal, look at our health. 100 out of 100. Ta-da! 120 out of 120. So it just, they increase our maximum health. And is that a chest or a mimic? I am not going to risk it. Yet. I am going to risk it in just a second. Oh, nice. Okay, so this is a water chest. You usually find those in the oceans, which are at the far edges of the map. But you can also find them in random water pools earlier in the game, and they do look kind of nice, and you can get some unique stuff from them. Shurikens are kind of nice for the first boss. Bombs are somewhat useful for mining tunnels. And the breathing reed allows me to breathe longer underwater. I should probably put that on my bar, actually. Because I need to actually use it. Like this. Once I switch to it in my bar, I'm automatically using it. Okay, and I want to build a way up. Few platforms, so I can get back up this way. And this does not appear to be a mimic. Good. It's a bit of a boring chest, though. Doesn't have any special loot. Most chests will contain one kind of special loot item and some generic loot. That one only contains generic loot, which is a bit sad, but still, it's a good find. The water chests are really... they are nice and they look cool. And I can craft some kinds of chests. I can actually craft a fair amount of chests. But the water chests are among the kinds that I cannot craft, so I just have to find them. And now I need to make this a little wider so I can actually fit back through. I'll try to get my money back from the granite place, and then use a recall potion and end the episode. So we did do a bunch of exploration. Again, let me know, is that something you want to see, or would you prefer I cut that out and only try to show the interesting sections? I don't think I could get back here, actually. Let me make this a little higher. Can I get back now? Just about, okay. Let's make this one block smaller then. Okay. Yeah, that works. I do try to make it so that I always have a way back out. Oh, there's another life crystal, but at the bottom of that pond, 2 jellyfish. A little rough for my taste at this point. We'll go there eventually. Really just trying to get my money back. Again, I don't think I could get back here. Okay. And I'll just make some normal wood platforms. Maybe 50 or so. Okay, 86, that works. Now, Granite Elemental, do you want to come up here and play? Because I think I take about 68 damage from being attacked by you. So I don't want to fight you in a fair fight. I want to fight you cheaply in such a way that you cannot damage me. It seems my pet is kind of stuck in a flying around me loop. It's nice. Almost all pets... well, most of the pets can't fly. Well... that's a cursed sapling. It can't fly in the sense that it has... it follows me on foot, basically. But if you get too much distance, then they can fly. So they will basically, if you have too much distance to them, they will suddenly fly behind you after you. To, yeah, basically stay close to you. And recall potion, zing. These are very useful. There's eventually we'll get an item that basically is an infinite recall potion, but right now we have to use the limited kind. Okay, so found a bunch of stuff, had a lot of progress. Yeah, I will possibly do some more exploration off camera. I will wait for comments though. Before I decide whether I will cut out content like this or not. I hope you enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.